Most people don't appreciate it.
They don't.
But they are going to appreciate it when he's gone.
Oh, Kida. Sir, my man.
It's good.
Mr. Chico, Mr. Suave, CS in the building.
All right. We're going to just jump right in. We're just going to jump right in.
Mr. Okay.
So I think we need to switch it up.
Switch it up?
Switch up.
What are we
Small
doing?
switch up.
What are we doing?
I think we just need to, we just drop the Suave.
Just Chico?
Yeah, I can't call myself Chico Suave.
Why not?
That's just not.
Why not?
It's not my style.
I think it is.
No,
I think you're smooth, man.
No, it's definitely not my style. But I think...
Now I got to think of something else.
You got to think of something else? Not Chico? Just Chico.
I like the Suave. It kind of rolls. It goes with it.
No.
Goes with it. May have to have a poll on
I can't do this. Because if I'm introducing myself, I'm not going to say Suave. I can't do Suave.
Nah?
Nah.
All right.
So
we'll come back to that.
We'll come back
Mr. Chico for now.
I don't have something that's easy like Mr. Okadan. Like
that's not.
Ooh, maybe you could find me my own version of Okadan.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
About it. We'll think about it.
Hey, right? In your own. Think about your culture and there. Like, find me a word. Find me a word. You can find a word. I know you can find a word.
I could find words.
That would still make sense, right?
Okay. We'll have to do a little brainstorming on
that.
We'll come back to that.
I think you're creative enough to find one.
I think we'll come back to that. But for now, you're still Chico, my man. Hey yo.
Hey yo.
Let me just call you Mr. Hey yo.
Mr. Hey yo. that wouldn't be bad.
That would be bad, right?
Yeah.
It's like okay now somewhere.
Like, yeah, kind of.
All right. Well, we're back. This time in person. Yes. Not virtual. Although last virtual was, I feel like it was a successful visual.
Here we go. Because we were both landscape this time.
We were both landscape this time. And this time we decided to come in person, which it's needed.
Sometimes it's got a little switch up.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I almost wanted to call in. Like
I did too.
One of them days.
I did too.
Not just completely be like, well, let's do virtual this week. I don't want to make that drive tonight. I'm tired.
Yeah.
It's cold.
Yeah, I was a little on the groggy side.
Yeah.
So, but
But here we are.
RBA.
Grind it out.
RBA. Grinding out again, right? Another night of hard work. Putting in 10K.
And we do it because of y'all.
We do it because we love you.
That's right.
For y'all
for the RBA family.
So for those who aren't following us, or for those who are following us, and whether you are or not yet, if you just came across this for the first time or you listen to every episode, please go like, follow, subscribe.
Yes.
Ring-a-ling the bell, all of it.
Yes.
Get notifications turned on. The new episodes drop every Friday.
Yep.
Like clockwork. We grinding it out. Right?
Exactly.
I mean, we're almost up to 100 total videos. We would have surpassed 100 total videos if the last few weeks haven't been so crazy busy in our real world.
Yes, in the real life.
And we have more shorts up there. But nonetheless,
we'll get there though.
We're continuing to push forward towards our stretch goal. So we're almost, we're approaching up to 75.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. We had a little bit of a gold strike.
Yeah,
with one of the shorts.
Seems like every video gets a couple more. So
yeah,
just like, follow, share with your friends.
Yes, please.
Whatever you need to do, help us get to that 100.
Yes,
goal.
The triple digits
by the end of this month. We can get there.
We can absolutely.
We can
absolutely.
Right. This is our own version of March Madness.
I'll say this: we'll do our part, and you do help us. Do your part.
We will.
It's like a family,
right?
We're the RBA
help
family.
Me, help you.
Exactly. The RBA family. We do it together. All right, sir. So we're back for another episode. Last week we did a little bit about reminiscing, right, around the concept of
memories
of the concept of being underrated, right?
Mm-hmm.
But let's just switch it up totally today.
Speaking of, before I'm sorry, I gotta interrupt you. Because you said underrated, and I think about ratings and underrated, properly rated, and then I see this man right next to you, right? LeBron James, right?
Yes.
And before we actually jump into the things that we want to talk about today, we have to talk about the underrated GOAT himself. Because for the first time in NBA history, a player has scored 40,000 points.
40K?
40K. Let's put this in perspective, right? I've seen a couple different graphics floating around.
I see some math coming my way.
Don't quote me on the math, right? This is ballparks.
Okay.
But they were all somewhere along the lines of you would have to average 30 points a game for something where from like 60, 65 to 80 games a year over 20 years to reach 40K. And yeah, I could sit down and do the math, but fuck it, I'm not. Okay. Other people did the math. There's different versions, right?
Right. There's different versions.
There's different versions that go 20 seasons versus 22. So like, the whole point is not to nitpick the numbers, is the ridiculous, like, not only do you have to have the longevity, but you have to have the sustained excellence over that same period of time with sustained health, with like everything else that goes with it. And just to hit 40K, like that's absurd. It's absurd.
It is
fucking absurd.
It is absurd. And you know what's crazy? Like, you think about it this way. Had this man been a more selfish type player,
right,
this number would have been hit a lot earlier.
Can you imagine?
So think about it that way.
Can you imagine if he took his assist numbers down?
Correct.
Which he's also like top 10 in like
shot attempts up, right? Never always making the right plays, what he prides himself on, right? I always make the right play, the correct play.
Right.
Now had he not and said, no, I'm gonna shoot this over 3 guys.
Right.
And just be more aggressive offensively from a scoring standpoint, that number would have been hit, I think, a couple seasons ago.
He might be at 45.
Possibly.
I mean, it's an absurd number.
I define it in 2 words: sustained greatness. That's it.
And again, I think once he's gone from the game,
oh yeah,
I think we're going to be having a different GOAT conversation.
Absolutely.
Simple as that. Because there's no comp for what he's done.
No, there isn't.
There's no comp for what he's done to be as hyped as somebody has ever been coming into the league.
Yep.
The most hyped player ever. Like, y'all can argue with me in the comments. Like, I don't give a shit. He was the most hyped player. Like, if anybody had the potential to bust, it would have been him. But just because of the pressure and everything else, right? Like, and he, not only did he not bust, he overcame everything to 20-something years in the league, 40,000 points. Like, he owns the NBA. He owns the NBA.
I mean, he's trying to own.
Like, I mean, like,
soon enough.
So many stat categories.
Right.
Like, and nobody's ever done what he has done. Like, we're literally witnessing history.
Yes.
No pun intended with the word witness, but we are a witness to history.
Yeah.
And most people don't appreciate it.
They don't.
But they are going to appreciate it when he's gone.
Well, you could take it one or 2 ways, right? You got your haters, and then you got the ones who.
But it's not even haters, bro. Like, it's like, how do you sit there and look at that objectively and say, I'm still gonna hate on this guy?
Because you don't look at it objectively, and you continue the hate, right? And he doesn't. When anyone anointed the chosen one before they became the chosen one,
but he was the chosen. Like, you know what I mean?
That's the thing, though. It was too early, right?
But he lived up to it.
It didn't
matter.
Exactly. He lived up to the hype.
That's crazy. Who's ever done that?
Correct.
Who has ever, like, we have nobody to compare him to.
And the craziest thing, a 20-year career, like a lot of players, is riddled with some sort of like mistakes along the way. What's his worst mistake? The decision?
The banana boat?
Banana boat. There you go. Banana boat.
The banana boat?
Banana boat was there you go.
That was a pretty big one.
That was a little questionable there.
Right.
Decision making there.
Yeah. But
right, exactly.
Like, that's what we're talking about.
Right.
Like, there's just no comp for him.
No, so congratulations to the king.
This idea that 6-0 is the separator is like, that argument is just dying a slow death over time. The more he chips away, the more records he breaks, and the more records he sets, and the longer he continues to do this at the high level he's continuing to do it at, that you just can't sit on one thing
and
ignore this whole list of shit. Like,
so I'm not gonna get into that conversation because I do have my own points on that.
But I'm just saying it's that argument is diminishing.
I wouldn't say that fully. There's levels to this, and there's definitely different
exactly
a different conversation.
Levels. It's not one level. There's levels.
Correct.
There's 22 years worth of levels.
Exactly. There's a different conversation to be had, but probably not on today.
Yeah, not today. Not today.
We'll hold that. I'll hold my thoughts on that for another episode. However, before I move on, congratulations to LeBron
to the GOAT. If I knew how to make goat noises, I'd be making them right now.
Maybe Antonio could put a goat.
Like the shit is sharp, like goat mess.
Exactly. I knew.
He gonna do it right.
Put a goat sound behind it. I don't think that's copyrighted.
No,
but we can do that. It's better than a falling falcon sound. Right, but
we're not going there.
We're not going there today, right? All right. So today's episode, along with that, it's a great way to actually segue to this. Is we're gonna do some quick hitters on some hypotheticals, some questions that I'm gonna throw your way. Almost like a rapid response type deal. We're not gonna go too deep into them, and we'll just see where it goes. And
okay.
Freestyle it almost.
Okay.
Sounds good.
That works for me.
All right, let's do it. So I'm glad we started off with this LeBron conversation because the first question kind of comes around that.
Who's better, LeBron or Mike?
No, that's another podcast.
That would have been funny as shit, though.
That's another episode.
That would have been funny.
And that is definitely not rapid fire.
It's not rapid fire.
So
no, it is. It's easy. It's easy answer.
For somebody. First question. Would you rather be the star of a bad team or an average player on an elite team?
Wow. These are quick hitters.
Well, they're supposed to be.
This is a deep question.
It is a deep question.
So would I rather be the star player
of a bad team
or
an average player on an elite team?
I'm assuming. So I'm going to make an assumption.
Okay.
And you tell me because you're making up these hypotheticals. On the elite team, I'm assuming you're winning championships.
So those are not part of the
championships. Is not. It's just like
it's an elite team. The elite team can be a team that's always making the playoffs, always making a run. No guarantee of championships. They could have one. But you have a solid role, like as an average, 6-man probably type of guy coming off that team.
So
versus the franchise player on a bad team.
So I'm gonna pull a hack and color outside.
Of course he is. I knew he was gonna do it. I was waiting for it.
Okay. So all right. So I'll say the answer is I would say an average player on an elite team because I'd rather be competing for something and playing meaningful. I'm assuming I'm playing at least some meaningful time, hopefully. am I a bench guy?
Average falls between what, 7 to 4, 3, 5 maybe?
So if in the playoffs, the rotations go down to about 8. If I'm in that 7-8 rotation and I'm contributing, then I'm good. The funny answer was going to be, well, I'll be the star player, and then I just force a trade to wherever I want to go because that's what we do in the NBA.
That is what
we just force a trade and say, I want to go to this team. Trade me there.
Right. Because contracts don't mean anything.
Because contracts don't mean shit. So,
right.
But no, I think the answer changes though if we talk about championships. So I'd absolutely rather be Robert Horry than Charles Barkley.
Ooh, shots fired.
I'm just
pop.
Those are the first two names that popped up in my head, right?
Wow.
Because
that doesn't mean you're going to get the shot every time, though.
No, but I'm just saying, he won 7 different. Okay, so Steve Kerr. I'd rather be Steve Kerr, right? He won with the Bulls and he won with San Antonio. Role player, average role player, right?
Okay.
Then
still got to. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
does that make you feel better?
That's fine. That's your answer.
I was just saying, Big Shot Bob was the first name that.
No, that's because
he's the role player who won multiple titles and multiple teams as a guy who.
And even if you're not, shooting the big shot, you're still on a team that's
contributing.
So Jordan Poole-ish type player on the Dubs when the Dubs were, No, because that's an average player, and on that squad there he's an average player.
No. I would not use him as a comp.
On the Dubs, he's an average player. On the Wizards, he's a star player.
I wouldn't even say he's a star player on the Wizards.
Who's the star player on the Wizards?
The Wizards don't have any star players. Oh my God.
More shots fired.
The Wizards,
Pop, 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 pop.
look. The Wizards didn't win a game in the month of February. So, yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right. Next question.
Jordan Poole got benched.
Listen,
like how you the star player? How you the captain and you get benched? Yeah, no.
I don't know. Steph got benched today too.
No, not today. Like he got benched out the rotation, bro.
That's true. That's true. Okay. So next question.
Okay.
Would you rather watch a regular?
Whoa. Hold on.
Okay. What's going on?
What was your answer?
Oh, same.
Okay. So you're on the same.
Yeah. Okay. Same answer. Listen, like to be a star player on a bad team, you're not making the playoffs. You're a 15th, last seed, always at the bottom of the pile. Like, what good is that? You're earning a paycheck at that point.
You can secure the bag and force a trade.
Yeah, see that I'm not. No, there's some level of like ethics, and that I want to be that's just, I feel like that's cheating the system, right? Cheating the game. I don't want to do that. I'm not that kind of person.
Yeah. So you don't want to end up like a Cade Cunningham right now, just like twirling away as a star player in Detroit, but
right, and
all that promise and potential getting wasted for nothing.
Talking about Atlanta or
no,
Detroit?
Detroit.
Oh, Detroit.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I was gonna say
okay.
because Trey is also similar situation.
Yeah. I knew he was gonna go there again.
Come on, man.
That's fun.
Exactly. Like you don't want to be that guy, right? Like, what are you playing for?
Right.
What do you really like? What is your purpose? You're gonna be known as a great player on this terrible team. That's your legacy. Is that what you want to leave behind?
Well, unless you just get all your development out of the way. So if you come in as a young guy, like a Cade or somebody, get all your development out of the way, secure the bag, and then you get to go. You either get to go to a team that will be ready to compete, or you have a competent GM that now for a few years has been building around you, and they can trade some of those assets in to get you a competent team.
And then you end up like Portland Dame?
But at least he had an opportunity to compete for a small window of a few years where he had that opportunity. He had that time when they had LaMarcus and all that. Yeah, he had his window. Yeah,
but he wasn't the star player then. LaMarcus was there.
No.
LaMarcus was the go-to franchise player. So at that point in time. So again, I agree. My answer is yours, similar with yours. Would you rather watch a regular season game courtside or a high-stakes playoff game from the rafters?
I'd rather watch a regular season game courtside.
Courtside?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Because, one day we might get that experience.
We'll see.
One day.
We'll see.
We'll see. But
time will tell.
Right now, especially with the local team that we got, we're not... nobody's dropping a couple grand to sit courtside to watch.
They may need to pay people to come and attend.
Yeah, or
put it on a wholesale discount.
Listen, like I'm iffy to spend more than $175, $200 to get a seat front row behind Trey when the Hawks are here. Much less spend a couple grand to sit courtside.
I did get to sit courtside though. But it was for a clinic for the kids. That was a good. That might have been a better experience.
That might have been. It probably was a better experience. But actually, the playoff game, I would much rather watch that at home. Well, I guess it depends. If I'm in my city, the good old A Hawks playoff game from the rafters. Now, I'd rather watch a game on TV than from the rafters.
So you'd rather watch the regular season Hawks game courtside?
I'd rather watch any game
courtside
before I watch it from the rafters.
From the rafters,
like even if it was the NBA Finals Game 7, Super Bowl. Like, what am I gonna do in the rafters? Like, at that point, I'd rather have my own little party at my place. Get a good spread out and have fun without going through all the hassles and.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm the type that if we're gonna go to a game, that you kind of know this. Like, we've tried to go to some games. I'm like, if I'm gonna go invest my time and going downtown and all of that, like I want to be like
make it a memorable experience.
I gotta be in the 100 sections. Like I can't be in the 400s.
All right, big baller.
I mean,
Kavar Ball over here.
Like when we went to the Commanders game. When I took D to the Commanders game season before last, like we going down to the first row. Like, what are we gonna sit up here in the nosebleeds for?
There's I'm sorry, Mr. Bougie over here. But again, so for me, for this question is pretty easy. I'd rather watch it from home.
I know. I knew you were gonna say that.
I ain't got I don't have the patience for parking, people, lines, then the lines for the bathrooms, and there's a concession stands, which the prices are jacked up 800%.
Not in Atlanta.
But Atlanta's not really making it far usually, so that might be a similar situation. More shots fired. Pop, pop, pop.
I just
that might be the theme for this episode.
I just need
shots
you to
fired.
get one team, so you can get a little bit of this payback.
So I'm a homebody. I'm a straight up homebody, bro. All right, next question. Would you rather win the World Series, Super Bowl, NBA Finals?
It's too easy.
Stanley Cup or World Cup?
Stop talking, because
Go ahead. I know your answer. I already know your answer.
I'm a football guy.
Right, you're a football guy.
It's got to be the Super Bowl.
Okay, Super Bowl.
Got to be the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Because you know what? So run through those again. You got NBA Finals. You got NHL.
Yep.
Stanley Cup.
Yep.
MLB.
Yep.
Those are the top four major sports.
No, that's a bigger sport. The biggest sport in the world.
No, I'm talking about in the U.S.
Okay.
So there's the top four the top four sports.
Yes.
Are right there. In the World Cup, yeah, but that's different.
No,
it's different. But the difference is, for the top four in the United States, football is the only one that's one and done. Every other championship is a series.
That's true.
NBA,
yep,
they're all series.
Yep.
Give me a one and done. All the marbles, like you don't have time to be like, oh, I had a bad game.
All or nothing.
Try to make it up for it. No, you got one shot, one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted in one moment. Would you blow it? No. So you got to go after. You got to get.
I don't know. You might if you jump too high and run on the field and slip and get injured.
Well, you would too if your palms are sweaty, your knees were weak, your arms are heavy, vomit on your sweater already. Yeah. Mom's spaghetti. No, it's a
reference
Super Bowl,
Eminem.
bro. You get one game. You got to go out there and compete at the highest level. Like shake everything off and go. Like man, it's nothing better than the Super Bowl.
Okay, so for you,
it's gonna be the World Cup.
For me, it's the World Cup.
Yeah,
easy. That's similar, one and done. There's no series. You just come in and it's literally the World Cup. Yeah. You're competing against the world, not one nation, the world. The level of competition is exponentially higher. You're not just one country with the set teams. You're playing against the world. There's not even a close comparison here.
You could actually there is.
No, there isn't.
There actually is.
No, there isn't. It's the world, bro.
Bro.
The world, United States is not the world. But please, entertain us.
Are you done? You finished?
Please entertain us.
This is like the Birdman. You finished? There is. There is a comparison.
Sure.
Which is the Olympics.
Sure.
Because again,
that's world.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's a comparison. It's the Olympic basketball, right?
Okay.
Men's basketball.
Okay.
It's the same. It's a one and done tournament. After they get through group play, there's a one and done tournament. You win an Olympic gold. So what's the difference between a World Cup versus
same thing.
An Olympic gold medal?
Olympic gold medal wasn't part of the question.
It's part of the world.
Wasn't part of the question. The World Cup. Because the Olympic gold medal are all separate sports which happen every 4 years. We're talking on an annual basis here.
Hey, could you run that by me again?
We're talking on an annual basis here.
That's what I thought you said. Now let me offer this as a rebuttal.
Hence the question. All these sports,
all
these cups, trophies are
annual. I'm calling BS. The minute I see you watch a soccer game.
Oh, I did. I watched this World Cup last year.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, we're gonna have a World Cup party then. Because
my son, that's his second favorite sport. So now, yes, I have gained an interest. I'm actually assistant coaching his league, soccer.
Only because of that, not because of the World Cup.
Because you take an interest in what your children
We're gonna have a World Cup watch party.
That's fine. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay.
Absolutely.
I want to see it. I can't wait.
What I will say, last year's World Cup was one of the greatest performances I've ever seen from any sports performances in a long time, since probably the 2016 Cavs comeback. It was amazing. Okay. Amazing. So yes, the World Cup for me. Next question. Would you rather take responsibility for losing the championship or having a teammate take credit for the win when you deserved it?
Oh, that's easy. No, I'm gonna take responsibility
For losing the championship?
Yeah, absolutely.
So the missing the final shot?
I don't need credit. What do I need credit for?
Well, you get the credit. Well, you'll get the credit or the
I don't
blame.
care if a teammate they take the credit or not, but like, did people watch?
So you want to take credit for the win. You want your teammate to take credit for the win.
I'll take responsibility for a loss all day. I don't care if a teammate takes credit for the win. Like, I'm not going to be mad if somebody takes credit for the win and I'm like, oh, I'm the reason why we won. No, because trust and believe, if I'm the reason we won, everybody watching knows. I don't need to take credit for that. I don't need to say nothing.
So then you take the
video
second
don't
part.
lie.
So the second part of the question is what you go for, not the first part. The question is, would you rather take responsibility for losing the championship,
yes,
or have a teammate take credit for the win?
I would rather take
responsibility for losing the championship.
Responsibility for yes.
So you're okay taking the last shot, missing it, taking all the blame.
Right.
Right. That's the question.
Because if I do take it, so that's not how I interpret that
but
question.
If your teammate makes it, wins,
that's not how
takes your credit.
So that's not how I was interpreting it.
Okay,
the question. So
go ahead.
So if that's how if that's how the question is going to be, I would say then it would be have my teammate take the shot and make it and win.
But technically, you helped create it and make that situation happen. But they get the credit. You get no notoriety for it. It's all good.
I don't care.
Awesome.
We won a chip.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Okay.
Right. But if we lost a chip, even if it wasn't my fault, I still take responsibility for it.
So you're basically answering both sides.
Both sides.
Both sides. Okay. That's funny because that's exactly the way I was gonna answer it. Same thing, right? That's why we're brothers, man.
That's easy.
That's why we're brothers. All right, next one. Would you rather ensure overtime or risk losing and win in regulation? Risk losing and win in regulation. So I guess.
So this is the age old question for when you get down there. So
this for football?
For football, like when we get down with the 2 point, like if you're down a touchdown, so if you're down 2 scores, right? The analytics say on the first touchdown, you go for 2.
Right. Because
that way, if you get it, then you're only down 6 and you can win it with a touchdown in regulation.
Absolutely.
Versus if you just did 7 and 7 to guarantee overtime.
Correct.
So the analytics say in that particular situation to do it. But then even when that doesn't happen and you get down there to score, if there's only 2 seconds left, there are coaches who gamble and say, all right, we're going to go ahead and try to win this. Like the Dan Campbell against the Cowboys, the whole thing with the ref, and they called the flag because the touchdown to the offensive lineman and everything. I mean, it was a ballsy call to do it. For me, it would be very situational, like depend on the opponent and how we were playing. Like if my team was gas, like, and we just needed to, and we had the momentum, I would be like, all right, bet. Like we'll just go. If I'm playing Patrick Mahomes and we came storming back and like, all right, like we're gonna go win this and like we'll just go risk winning this at regulation than to go into overtime and battle Patrick for another 15 minutes, right? Like that's not doing that. But like on an aggregate, I would say I want to give myself as many chances as possible to win the game. So I'd say overtime.
You go overtime. Okay. Here's where we differ. Finally, or somewhat. I am an all or nothing. I'm trying to end this right now because I don't want to give you a second chance. I don't care what the momentum situation looks like because it all boils down to this one moment. And this one moment is what I trained for, I got ready for. I'm not here to drag this along. I'm here to end it. So I'm going to put a full stop on this. We're not putting a comma here.
So you're always going for 2.
I'm always going for the big. I'm the Dan Campbell. I'm going for the we're going to win, we're going to lose, we're going to do it big. We're not doing this whole play it safe. We're going to we're going to do this the right way. And listen, I'll take responsibility for losing it, but at this we win, then you become the Dan Campbells, right? Ballsy play, he's whatever it is. But you got to live with the results. And I'm all about we need to end this, right? We don't need to drag this along. We're going to end it. This is why we train. This is why we get prepared. This is why we do what we do. That's how I train all the kids too. Like we're not here to drag this. We're here to end this. So that's mine.
In some scenarios, yes, but you still have to maximize the number of opportunities. It's about reps.
Correct.
And
you do reps to finish the reps and not give more reps and more chances to Patrick Mahomes
the percentages,
at the end.
I would go out on a limb to say that the percentages that you would get it every single time are significantly lower.
Agreed.
Than if you kicked the extra point and went into overtime.
But you're talking about football. See, I'm going from a basketball. It's a basket. Now, the difference will be here. The difference where I make the adjustment is, will it be a 3? Will it be a 2? We're trying to get fouled, get to the line to make a 1. Those are the situations where I'm analyzing,
basketball.
strategizing.
Okay, so basketball. So I was taking it as
you're the football
like a football
guy, I'm the basketball guy, right?
like a football example, because the question reads more like a football question. So read it again and let me think about it in a basketball perspective.
Would you rather ensure overtime or risk losing and win in regulation?
Yeah, no. I mean, I think in basketball, it's a little bit different because you always want to get that last shot or last.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's different. Their strategy is so different in basketball.
Right,
and football.
it is.
So
it is.
Like, why would you not?
So in football,
nobody in the NBA, right? If the game is tied and there's 4 seconds left, is just going to dribble the clock out and go to overtime.
Correct.
Like that doesn't happen.
Correct.
So that's why in my mind I was like, I can't equate it to a basketball example because you're always going to try to run a play even if there's only 0.4 seconds. Like,
correct.
We're going to try to run something. Shit, even if it's just a lob to the basket or a tip in or whatever we might be able to get. So yeah.
For football, I do agree. It's a little different. I would not go for a 2-point every time. It gets very situational.
Yeah,
very situational. And depends on how much time.
And you'd have to, because if you just went for it every time, it'd be.
And it's a very possession-based game.
Right.
More so than basketball, where possessions change frequently.
Right. And you want to maximize
correct,
those. And
correct.
You could easily get into overtime, stop the other team 3 and out, kick a field goal, and you're done.
Correct. Okay, so here's one. Would you rather retire as a forgotten coach with a winning record or a famous coach known to lose championships? Only one name came to mind for me here.
A forgotten coach? See, how would you be a forgotten coach that won?
It's just one of those weird questions.
That is a weird question. I mean, I wouldn't want to be known for losing championships. So it'd have to be the other way around, but I just don't know how I'd be comfortable. I don't need the notoriety. So I'd be good knowing that I put a winning product out there on the field, court.
Well, you don't want to be employee of the year?
No,
you don't want the.
I've never been employee of the year.
You don't want the plaque?
No, I've never been employee of the year, so I don't know what that is. I don't know what that feels like.
Okay.
Maybe one day I'll be the Think RBA employee of the year. You should take that up with HR.
I will.
Yeah.
Hello, Ken. All right, so next one. I'm the same. Would you rather be an average player with a good reputation or an elite player with rumors of cheating?
Rumors of cheating?
Yeah. Rumors of cheating.
I'd rather be an elite player. I don't care if there's rumors that I'm cheating. People are going to say whatever they want to say as long as I'm not actually cheating.
Well, that's debatable.
So it's rumors.
That's debatable, right? Because rumors could or could not be true.
So if it's me, it's the rumor's not going to be true, and then I'll be an elite player. So that's.
But the image carries along with you. When you go to teams, want to take a chance on you, but if they hear those rumors, then they make decisions based on those rumors.
So they're going to listen to rumors. They're going to listen to me.
Some teams do, and that impacts your money. That impacts your livelihood. That impacts your opportunities. All that sponsorships, media coverage.
Can I share a secret with you?
Absolutely.
If you're an elite player, they don't give a shit.
They may though.
They don't.
They do. Sometimes it depends on what the action is.
Yeah. If you're an elite player, they're not going to give a shit.
I'm not going to bring up scenarios, like examples that have happened out there where it has hurt some people as elite players gotten into trouble.
Some of them are still playing.
It depends, though, right? It really depends.
Some of them are still playing for their teams.
Depends on the situation.
But again, rumors. So that's where it's the key. Rumors. If I don't believe there's any truth behind it, that's what me and my team do. That's what we put out there. That's how we deal with the teams. If maybe one or two, of the teams will say we don't want to take a chance on that, but you can't say all 30 NBA or all 32 NFL teams are going to say no to an elite player just because of rumors. That's not going to happen. Okay. So I'm going to pull full Cat Williams there. just didn't happen. It's not gonna happen. Every time I hear that phrase,
Can we get that Cat Williams on him now?
every time I hear that phrase, by the way, I think of Cat, like the way he just was like, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. Like so matter of fact. And so every time I say that,
that's you envisioned that?
Like it's an instant flat. Like it's gonna be ingrained in my head forever. Okay. Thanks, Cat.
He's probably he has a lot of real estate in a lot of people's heads.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, I agree. Elite play with rumors of cheating because rumors could be, as long as the organization I'm playing for and the team that I'm with, my coach and all them, we're good, we're straight. Those rumors can be whatever, right? Because a lot of that sometimes ends up being clickbait, and you just want to make something out of nothing.
Right.
That's why I'm just here so I don't get fined.
That's right.
Right. So similar to that. Next question: would you rather have a really cool uniform with a rundown stadium, or a rundown stadium with terrible, ugly ass uniforms?
I mean, so I would say the uniforms.
What uniforms?
I would say the cool uniform, the fresh uniforms.
You want the fresh uniforms, but a terrible stadium.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Because
I'm gonna spend more time repping those designs, those colors, the whatever, and hoodies and all, like jerseys, everything, right? So I'm considering uniform like the color scheme and everything. So an extension of that's gonna be the other gear that you wear outside of game day, and I'd be doing that a whole lot more than I'm spending in time in the stadium. The only thing about the time in the stadium is the locker room.
Okay.
The locker room is trash.
That's all part of it. It's all part of it.
Oh.
It's all part of the facility. Bathrooms, locker room, whatever else, that parking facility, all that. Everything's part of it.
But then I got to wear ugly ass threads everywhere.
I mean, when you play.
Only the uniforms then. So no like team, because like
all
they
that.
still
all
have
that's
to
part of it. Yes.
Outside of the game. So it's not just, you just said only when you play.
No. The whole package that comes with it. Yeah.
So yeah. So like when you
agreed
out there doing work, you got to wear.
Yep.
But man, I need that locker room to be. All right, no, I'm gonna switch it.
Okay.
I'll switch it back. I'm gonna go to the locker room because I don't care about the rest of the stadium, to be honest with you. Just care about the well, then there's other things, I guess. If you're thinking about it from a football perspective.
Flip flop.
No.
Flip flop.
This isn't flip flop. I'm saying, like, if you think about it from a football perspective, like that's a big conversation, is about grass field versus artificial fields, and some fields players don't like playing on because more guys get injured.
True. Yeah.
So like that actually is I wasn't thinking about that at first. So yeah, I would say stadium then.
So you want to stay art stadium and ugly ass uniforms? Yeah,
with a nice locker room.
Okay.
Maybe have some food in there, like Mark Cuban was talking about how he feeds
the opposing team,
both teams. Like have it all.
So you want your stadium to be the one that people like coming to, and not running away from.
Right.
Okay. I was thinking this might be the one we actually gonna be different on, because this is easy for me. This is super easy. I don't give a shit about the fit. I care about none of that. I care about my stadium, because that's where I'm going to spend a lot of my time training, getting ready.
Well, no, that's what I was thinking about at first, though, is because most teams have a separate training facility. They
do, but if I want to train and I want to come practice before the game's happening, I come train in my stadium, because that's where the game's going to be played for home games. So yes, it very much matters to me where I'm going to be performing.
The court is going to be the court no matter what.
No. If it's a trash stadium, everything comes trash around it. But that's the environment, that's the atmosphere that
I think the only real important part is going to be the locker room and the playing surface.
So for me, it's everything, right? Because I'm going to spend a lot of time there, with the kitchen, wherever, right? It's all got to be welcoming, where I want to go spend time in this place. It's like your home. You want to spend where you spend a lot of time, you want it to be nice. Right? I don't care about the fit, whatever. That's extra. That's extra work. That's not even I don't even care. I just got to put some clothes on and go play. I'm just comfortable. But where I play and all the facilities around it that get me mentally ready, comfortable, that's got to be on point and check.
You know what? That's me. And now I need Antonio to just dress you in an ugly ass uniform.
That's fine. As long as I'm playing in a nice place that's taking care of me, I'm with it. All right, next one. Would you rather get paid a lot to be on a bad team, or paid below average to be on an elite team?
Oh, here we go with this question. I think it's a very similar thing as before, and it would just be so when we say very little.
This question before though was posed more for championships. But this isn't about that.
So when we say very little, what do we mean?
Below average.
Below average. So, but still like a below average NBA salary is still like.
But that's subjective.
So
right? Like that's to each their own type deal.
So yeah, I mean, I would take that. I mean, because how much money is enough money? I'd rather give me something that allows me to live a good lifestyle and be on an elite team.
Then be on an elite team. So you'd rather play for a terrible team, have the bag?
No.
That's the question.
No, I'm saying. How much money do you need? So I'd rather be able to provide for my family, right? Which I can do on a below average NBA or NFL contract.
Okay.
Still live a hell of a good life, but be on an elite team. It's easy. It's easy money.
As an average player.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's basically the same question as before. Now it's just adding money into the mix.
What's the question before? Which one?
About the average best player on a bad team or an average player on an elite team.
Right.
It's the same question, but now it's just adding money on top of it.
Correct. Adding money on top of it. And that's the part, like to each their own defining on like what is enough money for so and so, right? Depending on your lifestyle and whatever your lifestyle and your choices in life are with responsibilities and whatnot. So it depends on that, honestly. The question kind of depends on that. Because if you take on, I want to take care of the whole world, might be a different type of decision making. But if you have your close knit, whatever, like, lifestyle, like your Steven Adams, who's
give me $1 million to ride the bench, like on an elite team, like this, like
right, gotcha.
But
that's you though, right? That's not everybody.
Or even just to be an average contributor, right? Like not that you want to be average, but if those are the only two options, right? Like let me go experience the joys of being on championship teams, make a shit ton of money still. Like, yeah, I'm not going to make 250 million, but like, the hell am I going to do with 250 million anyway? Give me one or two to be a backup, or a bench role player. What? What? It's a hell of a lot more money I'm making now. What are we talking about?
So that's the point.
Anybody who says any differently.
And that's the point, right? Because to each, everybody has their own.
Right.
Because if you said, hey, Bron, right, you're a terrible team making a bag or a good team making not much money, he might say, I'm jumping out a window. Like this million ain't going to work for me. Well, whereas somebody else, that billion is a lot of money.
Bron will probably say, listen, any team I'm on is not going to be terrible.
But let's forget him. Let's take another point, right? So it just depends on that. So this question is almost like skewed in that sense. It depends on how you approach your life. So that's my answer. It just really depends. There's no right or wrong answer here. It just really depends on what your life is like.
I mean, I think it's like any job, right? Right. If like I could go find another job in my field, I could probably find one that pays significantly more money. But like, at what point is it about it? Like,
quality of life.
We make good money, right? So like, it's quality. Like, do I want to just keep chasing money, or do I want to make a good living while also
having time to do other things that I will that job will take away from me?
Right.
Yeah, agreed. Next question. Would you rather have a long average playing career or have a short fantastic career cut short by injury? So that's a tough one.
So do I want to be who's somebody that was average that played for a long time? I was trying to think who we could compare to them, to like Derrick Rose.
Like you're talking about like Steve Kerr
has been playing for a while.
Like I immediately thought of Greg Oden.
Yeah, but he didn't really.
He didn't play for too long, but or Brandon Roy is another one. He was crazy. He was really.
No,
really
I think I would choose the longevity
over the stardom.
Yeah, because I don't want to be considered a what
if. A what if? Okay.
Yeah, I'd rather and you get to experience it for a long period of time.
Right. So I'm similar. Like I'd rather give me sustained longevity all day, every day. Easy. Like, and plus the injury, you don't know if that's going to impact the rest of your life.
Right.
And this is the thing with football, right? Like the whole, I still have to live the rest of my life with this injury. So yeah, I'm with that all the way. All right. So let's get a couple more in here. This is almost like a athlete personality assessment. That's what's happening here, right?
It really is.
So, all right. So would you rather retire for a year or play but not score for a season?
Retire for a year, or play and not score for a season. I would say retire for a year.
Retire for a year?
Yeah. What about you?
Oh, same. Because I'm, again, 0 points either way. So I might as well go do what I want to do.
Well, so my reasoning was less about going to do what you want to do, but more so it'll be much harder to come back mentally from going a year trying to score and not scoring.
Well, it might be really hard to come back on a roster if you go 0 points.
Well, that too. But let's just think about it from the mental aspect.
Oh yeah, of course, that destroys your confidence.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Absolutely. No.
So it'd be just tough to get back in to wherever you're trying. So I'd rather go enjoy and keep my confidence and do things I enjoy to do. This is an interesting question.
Wait, was the retirement to go play baseball?
I don't know. Was it really a retirement?
Was it a retirement or a suspension? Dun, dun, dun.
So this question is interesting. Would you rather have a shoe or an award named after you?
Wow.
So would you rather have your own line of shoes, right? The Chicos, the Air Chicos. Or would you have the Chico Award?
Not the Air Chicos.
Or the Chico Award. Okay, the Air Suaves.
No. It sounds so wrong for me. I think we're going to differ on this one because I already know your answer. So before I give
you don't know my answer?
I'm going to give your answer, which is trophy.
Okay. That's my answer you're giving me.
That's your answer.
Okay.
Yeah. For me, I think I'm going to take the shoes.
Okay.
I think the shoes, because I'm assuming they're like, it's a longevity thing, right? Because the award, to read the question again.
So would you rather have a shoe or an award named after you? So do you want Air Chicos to? So
I'm in my world in that question. Those become like a thing. Those become the.
Well, that depends on the kind of player you are.
Right. So
some guys have had shoes which are.
I'm assuming that you are that kind of player because you're either getting a shoe or an award.
True.
So you've got to be him.
Sure.
Himmy. Whatever you want to call yourself, you need to be him to be able to get either one of those. And so I think I would pick the shoes because culturally, I think that they're more memorable.
Okay.
Like if you were to ask any casual fan, NBA fan, who's the Finals MVP named after? How many of them are gonna get it?
I think.
But like we're talking casual fans.
Oh,
yeah.
Doubtful.
People will probably. I would even venture to say, and I bet you there would be more that would get this one, but I bet you there would still be a significant number that don't get the NBA championship trophy, even though we say the name a lot, the Larry O'Brien, but like I don't think people will catch on to that. Like,
agreed.
I think you go around and ask,
agreed,
and say, what's the name of the NBA's championship trophy? I think most people would struggle to answer.
They would. I agree with that.
But the shoes, because they're just so ingrained in culture, right? Like, especially for the, for the people who are going to buy them, right? Like the marketplace, you're going to get it. I mean, and yeah, like the average fan may not know, the difference between dunks and retro ones and all of this shit, but like they're gonna know Air Jordan.
2 old guys talking on a podcast, right? Probably wouldn't know.
I know, right? But they're gonna know Air Chico, right? Like that.
Hey,
they're gonna know that. So
okay, hey, Antonio, can we get an Air Chico on my man, right?
Right. So like, and then of course there's the business side of it as well. So
right. Okay. So that's your answer?
That's my answer.
Shoe?
Yeah.
Okay. You could not be more wrong about me, man. I don't want no award. I don't care about trophies. It's like I told my son, we don't care about plastic rings and plastic trophies, right? We don't. What I want, what I care about is similar to what you said, right? The shoe. Because through that shoe, I can connect with the people who I need to connect with. That's why, and I get to put my creative touch on that shoe. I get to design that shoe. I get to help formulate that shoe. I get to put a price point where I can say, I want this to be affordable. This can't be a $200, $300 shoe, because I want it to go out to the folks that can't afford a $200, $300 shoe. Like those are the kids that are hooping. So that's the reason why I would go for a shoe in a heartbeat, in an instance. I don't care about no awards.
You finna be the next Starberry.
I don't know about that. Whatever it is, whether it's the Shaq shoe, it's the Starberry shoe, don't matter. The point is, I don't care less about awards and accolades, like those type of accolades.
So I know you have that perspective, but I thought you were gonna come at it from the angle of that. What if you get a trophy named after you, your legacy lives on deeper than it would with shoes?
You can keep that.
Okay.
I want to connect with the people, not the trophy. That's my.
With your introverted ass.
Hey, but that's all I got for that.
Okay.
We'll wrap up here, and we'll do a part 2 with some more of these type of questions. And this was a fun conversation. It was different. We learned some new stuff about each other, right? So this was good. And we got some new brands, right? We got the Air Chicos. We might have the Aero Kidas, right? The Aero Ks.
The Air OKs. No, I want the OK retro ones. That's what I want.
The OK
the
retro.
Yellow with all the polka dots and everything.
Oh, you want those?
I want the OK retro ones.
Woo!
Yes.
Those are unreleased, man.
Unreleased.
We might have to get those.
I want that. I think you know a guy.
I know a guy.
You know a guy.
That's right. I do know a guy.
You do know a guy.
Yeah. We might have to reach out to him who can help make those happen.
How about we get the Think RBA dunks?
Oh, we can get those.
That's what I want.
We could
put them right up there.
Yeah, right there, man.
Think RBA dunks.
We might need to reach out to him and
I'm saying,
get a little bit of some extra stuff on here. It should be nice. So with that, sir, that's all I got. Anything for you?
Sir.
No. So once again, remember thanks for joining us. Thanks for staying with us. Hopefully you had fun with this conversation. Do you have any hypotheticals that you like to, get answers for, or you just want to put out into the world? Let's just talk about it. Because those will be, they're always interesting conversations, right?
Yeah, we'll use them for next time.
Absolutely. And we'll do them for next time. So thank you for joining. Remember to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff at Think RBA on all your social media platforms. And with that, peace.